Hey everyone, Soundwave for another third-party upgrade, add-on, accessory kit, whatever you want to call it, review. Today we're going to look at some weapons from Nonnef Productions. You can go to the website right here, www.nonnef.com. I'll leave a link down in the description below for the items I'm about to show you here, so you can purchase that from nonnef.com. So it comes in a little baggie, which comes in an envelope, and the pieces come. You get the little missile parts where you have to put together, and the other parts come on here, which you will have to work them off. And you'll have a filer, like a nail file or something. You can try to sand down the sprues a little bit, because you'll have to try to sand some of these down, possibly to get them to peg into their arms and stuff. So what Dirge and Ramjet come with are these stock weapons right here, which is pretty much what you get when you get, Starscream. So these are just like the normal seeker weapons that just go on their arms. Now I want to say this, these right here are actually cartoon accurate to the robot modes. And we'll show that off real quick. So the weapons they come with, if you got these figures, these are pretty much what they have in the cartoon, if you go by the cartoon standards, when they're in robot mode. Even it's just the animation model, the models they made for these guys. And should be always used for robot modes in the comic books as well. Now, the difference goes when they transform into jet mode, even in the cartoons, their weapons change to something more toy accurate. And the toy accuracy is what Nonnef is trying to bring you here. So, it's toy accuracy for the robot mode, and you can say cartoon accuracy when they're in jet mode. So, what they're going to look like is this right here is what you're going to get for Ramjet. He always has those big, fat, really thick, stubby, I don't want to say missiles, but, guns. And then the Dirge, he has a little bit slender and longer with a little more of a, it just gets smaller as it gets to the tip here. And yes, these still do support blast effects, as you can tell by the tip here. You can easily, this is Dirge's right here. Just put one of these right on there. Now, I will show you right off the bat, one of my Ramjets, you have to put these together yourself, does not have a blast effect tip. As you can see, there's not even a spot on here where it would be molded for it. You can see where the little hole here is actually a little bit bigger. And the other piece is still on these right here. You can see how it's supposed to look with a little tip here for the blast effect. So I actually got a defect from Nonnef, but with Nonnef being a stand-up company in my eyes, and for everything I've done by dealing with them, they are sending me a replacement so I can actually have two correct weapons. And so that is very good of them. They're sending a replacement for me, so I don't have to repurchase a whole nother set. So that is very nice and very professional of Nonnef. So we'll get to showing these off and showing you how to put them together for these guys. So before I do it, put them together, I'm just going to show you how they look on each figure. That way you can kind of compare. This is Dirge. You can see here on his right arm, which would be your left, he has the stock weapons, the weapons he comes with. Here on his left arm, or your right, is the new Nonnef weapons, and these are more toy accurate. And if you have them in jet mode and plug them underneath the wings, then you'll have a toy and cartoon accurate weapon accessory below the jet. Now, one good thing about the Nonnef here is it actually has articulation. There's a hinge in here. How this will peg, you put it together, it hooks onto a peg inside, so it gives you a slight bit of articulation right here with this piece. So it's not just facing straight this way. You can actually move this independently a little bit, so it gives you a little more expression when you want to try to pose them. It's not always up against their arm. You can move it out and it's sort of out of the way. And of course, it's got the peg so you can move it up and down. I was thinking about sanding it down. There is this little piece down here where you can see I've already filed this down somewhat. That's just so it can peg in, a little more flush than what this is. And yes, I know my Dirge has a paint mishap on his face. They didn't fully paint the silver. Hasbro QC! Yeah. So that is the difference between his stock and Nonnef right here. Now we'll take a look at Ramjet. Alright, so keeping them on the same sides. This is Ramjet with the Nonnef weapon right here. This, of course, is his stock weapon he comes with right here. And again, you do get that extra bit of articulation on the peg right here, so you can move the gun in and out some. And yes, you also can put blast effects on the back side of it as well. So that when you're shooting out, you can have another exhaust. And it comes, you can do that on both of them. Because each piece that goes on the back end is exactly the same. The only thing that changes is the actual, like barrel and the tip of the weapon here. So that's how they look compared to the stock weapons. Now let's show you how to put these together. Alright, so what you want to do is find matching pieces. These two will here match, and these will be Ramjet's other weapon. You can see how this is going to put together. There's a big peg here, and it's going to kind of go right inside that. Before that, we need to remove the extra pieces from this right here. This side here is Ramjet's. You can tell by the fat bulby tip here, and then one the slender tip is Dirge's. So we're just going to take off these 4 pieces here. So this is on these sprues, just work it off. There you go. And then this right here is going to go on it as well. This goes actually up against the front part. Part of the ridges is going to be the back piece. Take that off. And this right here is what gives you the hinging effect. And it has the peg right here that actually goes into their arms. So I just want to take those off. Put them to the side. Now let's put this bad boy together. You can see how there's this kind of cut right here. Yeah, this juts out just a little bit more. And that is where this is going to go. So we want to put this like this. It just goes right in through there. So we just want to push that piece on like so. Then we want to take the other piece and you will tap it on as well. Very tight here. And then we'll just tab that on like this. Now we have the front part here. We'll take this one here that is a little bit smaller, and this just slides over that, and it just holds that together. Take the one with the ridges that goes on the butt end. We'll just put that on right here. We'll do our best to put it on. How about that? Alright, and then we'll take the little tip, and that's just going to plug in the hole here. Like so. And now you have put his other weapon together. So let's bring in Ramjet. Raise the camera up. So we're just going to take off the other weapon. We'll just stick that one in. This one actually has the tip as it's supposed to be, as this one here has that defect. It's just like a smooth rounded bit, and it kind of sinks in. Like I said, they're totally going to correct this for me, so it's not a big deal. Just make sure you contact them if you have this problem, but I don't think this is very widespread. Just something they might have overlooked trying to get these out in a hurry. So you can plug that on at the tip there, and also do it up there as well. So it gives them the fat missiles or guns on his arms, much like the original G1 toy. Now let's take a look at Dirge's weapon and how to put it together. Well, you can see here are the parts of his weapon where you'll plug it together, peg it together. Same way. It goes together the exact same way as Ramjet. So we just want to remove these pieces from all this. Alright, so we'll just take this piece here. Again, the same way. You just want to peg this through this hole. Have this peg sticking out. You can see it's kind of notched in right here just for all this. So we want to put this together. Hardest part is just getting it started. I got it. There we go. Alright, so you can take the other part here. You're just going to peg it together like you did with Ramjet's. The shorter, smooth piece. You want the fatter bottom. The fatter part would be the bottom. It thins out towards the top. So the fatter part goes on this towards the actual weapon this way. Take this piece here. Just shove it in.
That's what she said.
This piece here again goes on the end to lock it all together. There we go. So this second weapon is now done. I think I got off pretty good to where there's really no sprues or anything. So let's put this on Dirge, raise the camera, remove the other weapon, peg it in. And then you have a more toy-accurate Dirge at your disposal. Now, if you have two of these guys, you can have one, looking like a toy, and one going with the cartoon effect. And like I showed you earlier, it supports the blast effects either way, because the back pieces are the same on all of them. It's just this part here and the tips are different. But the connector pieces up here, the pieces that hold this together here and here, are exactly the same on both. It's a nice set. It's only, I think, $9.99 USD on Nonnef's website. It's not an expensive set, so shipping and tax will knock it up some, of course. But it's an excellent set if you want your Seekers or Coneheads here to have more G1 toy-like weapons, and not just the generic, Seeker weapons here. Something I would definitely recommend. Nonnef makes, excellent products. All their stuff has been high quality for my end. I know I do have a defect on here, but they are solving that for me. And so they are a good company to buy from. They will help you. They have good customer service. I will leave a link down in the description below to these so you can buy these weapons. I've had them for a little while. I've just been, biding my time to review them. I started it and I found out that I had that defect, so I waited till I could hear back from them. And they are going to fix my problem for me. So I want to say thanks for watching this third-party upgrade review. Until next one, peace out.